Welcome to Flawless Mathematics. This is part number 4 of maxima and minima, and today I will discuss one type of math, and this is very short of video, and I will teach a little bit of idea. Okay, so first of all I have to compare this type of math and the previous type of problems that I have already shown you. So what is the difference between these two type of problems? That is, in the given theory, in the previous types of problem, they are given the function. Okay, so let's say y equals to 3x to the power 4 plus 6x square plus 1, or you can say that y equals to x to the power 1 by x, etc. But in this type there are no given function. Okay, there is no given function as directly. Okay, there are some condition. See, our first math or problem is say that if the perimeter of rectangle is 24 centimeter, what is the value of width and length for maximum area? Okay, so there is condition. The conditions are here given, that the perimeter of a rectangle, and that is told that you have to find the value of width and length for maximum area. Okay, now this type of math, how can you determine the length and the width of the rectangle? So first of all you have to apply some basic rules, okay, that you have already knew. Let's say we know the formula of perimeter of a rectangle and the area of a rectangle, right? So let width is y centimeter and length is x centimeter. So the formula of area is xy centimeter square, right? And the perimeter, the formula of perimeter of a rectangle is 2 into x plus y centimeter, right? Now it is given that the perimeter of the rectangle is 24 centimeter. So 2 into x plus y equals to 24. Then y equals to 12 minus x, right? Y equals to 12 minus x. Now here we put the value of y, or you also put the value of x also. Okay, so you find x equals to 12 minus y and you put in the area. Okay, but so whatever you can do it. So now a equals to x into y, and instead of y we put the value of y 12 minus x. So a equals to 12x minus x square. Then we follow the same steps as well the previous method, right? So you have to find first order derivative and the second order derivative respectively. So first order derivative, that is dA by dx, that is 12 minus 2x, right? And then we find the second order derivative of the function, that is d square a divided by dx square, that is minus 2. And then our second step is that at extrema, so as maxima and minima, so known as collectively as extrema. So at extrema the first order derivative equals to 0, that is dA by dx is equals to 0. Then 12x minus 2x equals to 0. Then we find the value of x, that is 6. Then we put the value at the second order derivative of the function. But here there is no see, there is no x. Okay, so we finally at x equals to 6 minus 2, that is less than 0. And we know that if the value of second order derivative is less than 0, then the function has maxima at that point. And if the value of second order derivative is greater than 0, then the function has minima at that point. Okay, now see here the value of the second order derivative is less than 0. So the at that point, that is at x equals to 6, f of x has maxima, right? So here what is our function? So our function is area, a, right? Area. So we say here that in of 6 centimeters. See, so therefore the width is 12 minus 6, so 6 centimeter. Now finally we got the answer that the length is 6 centimeter and the width is also 6 centimeter. Now here, that is in this type of math. So if there is given condition, then first of all you have to find the function. Okay, and then how can you find the function? So a, here our we find a, right? So our a is here y, that is the function is area. So first of all in this type of math, first of all you have to find the function So applying given condition or applying basic rules. Okay, so after that you find after that you will follow the same steps. Okay, so first of all you have to find its first order derivative, then second order derivative, then you have to find the values of x, and then you put the value on the second order derivative. Then you can find the values of x and at which point there are maxima and minima, and if there is say in the question that the maximum value and the minimum value, that also you can find, right? So that's all for today, and I will teach some another type of math regarding this maxima and minima chapter in the next class. Okay, so up to that time, see you and take care.